There's this old story where these four brothers are going to make the four directions. Okay, that's a long story, and I'm just going to focus on one aspect of the story. Okay, I'm not going to tell the whole thing because it's going to take too long. But in the story, um, one of the brothers, the one who's going to make the first direction, they have to go up to this tall hill, and up on top is they see smoke coming out. Yeah, and that's where they have to make the first direction. This is going to be west. So they climb up the hill. One brother doesn't go up there because he's kind of a coward. Yeah, he's the oldest brother. Yeah, he's kind of a coward. So he says, so I'm going to just stay down here. And he's scared. Yeah. So the other three go up. So they go up and they see this huge teepee. When they get to the top, that's just gigantic, and it's made out of a cedar tree, really tall cedar trees that are used as poles, and it's just a huge, 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 huge thing. And there's smoke all around it that seems to be covering. That's less like the teepee cover. Yeah, the smoke is always going around these poles, so you can't really see on the inside. So the brother that's supposed to make that direction, he's supposed to go to the inside the teepee, yeah, to the honored place. That's the place that's just opposite the entrance of the door. He's supposed to go back there and make that first direction. So he enters, and then there's something in there. It's gigantic. Yeah, it's like a monster, and it opens its eye, and so he looks at it, and something happens to his body. Yeah, and he's like stunned, and he's like in shock, and then this creature says, talks to him, yeah, and says to him, "That's right back there," he said. Go there and make the direction. He said. So he meant to say okay, but he said no. And then he's really puzzled. And he said, "I didn't mean to say no." He thought, yeah, he was thinking, why did I say no? I wanted to say okay, but the word no came out of my mouth. He said. But he went there anyway, and he noticed that he couldn't walk right. Yeah, so he had to turn around for some reason. So he was walking backwards towards the end of the other side of the teepee, and there he did what he was told to do. Yeah, he made the first direction. As he did that, this creature said to him, "Now you're my you are my what do you call ally?" He said, and he said, "Whenever you need me, if you need me for help, just say my name. I'll be right there. Yeah, I'll just be there in 1 second. Not even a second. I'll be there. Yeah, just call my name and I'll be there." That's where Michael Jackson got that idea from. Yeah, he stole it from this story. Shoot. Anyway, so they he made that they made a pact with each other. Yeah, now they're like allies. Yeah. So he came out, and the funny thing was he came out of the teepee walking backwards, and the other two brothers that came with him up there, they were watching him, and they said, "Why is he walking backwards?" And they said, "Is everything okay?" They asked him. And I said, "No, everything is wrong," he said. So he said, "What's wrong?" "Everything," he said. And I said, "Are you sure okay?" "No, I'm not okay. I hate you guys." He said, "You're not my brothers. You guys are just ugly." So they started to laugh because he said it kind of funny like, and he was doing things just weird, and his hair was thrown over his face. Ace, I need to clean up. He said, I need to wash my face. He said. So he sat on the ground and started putting dirt on his face. So his other brothers are like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? And so then this creature came out, and it was a thunder being, yeah, Wakina. And Wakina told him, I said, this is Heyoka. Yeah, he's Heyoka now. He's my ally. She said that, yeah, and because see, Wakina is a hermaphrodite. When it's a thunder being, it's female. When it's a Heyoka, it's male. This is why only men can be Heyokas. Yeah. So and so he said a Heyoka does everything backwards, and the Heyoka says the opposite of what he means. So then they understood. The other two brothers understood now that there's nothing wrong. Yeah, that he's just Heyoka, and it just made him laugh. Yeah, and that's how the Heyokas came into existence. And so the rule from then on was that any man who dreams of thunder and lightning a lot, and even in consciousness, it seems like thunder and lightning is always following him around. Then he better go talk to a holy person right away, because that might be a calling. And they'll talk, and the holy person will know if that person's supposed to be Heyoka, and if he is supposed to be Heyoka, he's supposed to do that for a year, yeah, at least a year. So that's the tradition. Not anybody can do that. Yeah, not just anybody can say, "Oh, there's a powwow going on in Bear Creek. I think I'm gonna go as a Heyoka." You can't. This is breaking tradition. You can't do that, because if you do this, you're making fun of the thunder being, and a thunder may come and destroy your home because you were not Heyoka, but you called on it by pretending to be Heyoka. Do you see what I mean? That's why it's dangerous. And then another thing that the brothers they received instruction from Wakina while they were all still on top of this hill, and the one of the instruction was Wakina told them, they said, tell your people to whenever they hear thunder, to burn red cedar, yeah, because I'm going to be coming. And my lodge is built out of red cedar, so if I smell red cedar, I'm going to go around it. He said, so your home will be safe. Because I can't always see, yeah, because she's flying way up there. So she can't always see where the homes are. So she said, just burn red cedar, I'll smell it, and then I won't go in that area, she said. So that was one of the instructions that we received. And it's supposed to be used. Red cedar is only supposed to be used when a thunderstorm is coming. Here today, people use red cedar for everything. That's an abuse. That's like drinking too much Coca-Cola. That's like eating too much chocolate. That's too much sugar gives you diabetes. Do you see what I mean? That's overkill. There's a time and a season for everything. But when you do all these things at the same time, it's gonna bring disaster, because you're disrespecting the original instruction. Yeah? And you're doing things that are unhealthy by doing this, and that's gonna come back to you 4 times as strong. That's the natural law of generosity. Wawukie. So this is why these protocols have to be followed for this to work. But today people don't do that. Yeah, like I said, powwows will have a Heyoka contest, and so people will dress up, really funny, and they go into they dance just, if they think it's really funny dancing, and this is not Heyoka. Yeah, that's maybe that's a clown dance, but that's not Heyoka. Yeah, that's not what it's about. Heyoka dancers don't have funny clothes on. Yeah, They wear normal clothes. It's just that they wear them backwards and inside out. Yeah, that's how that works. And plus, when they're in ceremony, they have ceremonial clothes. Heyoka people have ceremonial clothes that have lightning in a drawn in traditional way down their arms and legs. Yeah, and because that's remember that's what they're connected to, the thunder being Wakian. So this is not something you make fun of. Do you see what I mean? So when powwow say they're going to do a Heyoka contest, it'd be a good idea to not go because something could happen. Because it's calling on something that if it comes and there's nothing for it to do, that's disrespecting it. Do you see what I mean? And that is going to result in nature reacting in a certain way. That's how we violate nature. By misusing the traditions, by abusing the traditions. So that's why I don't like seeing these things in the powwow world. The Heyoka contests do not belong in powwows. There never was such a thing. Yeah, but what used to happen was the Heyokas would come to a powwow, but they didn't come to have a contest. They came to make people laugh. I remember going to a powwow, really small community powwow in Parmelee, South Dakota, on the Rosebud Sioux Reservation, and there was 2-3 Heyoka dancers there. They were the real thing. Yeah, and they were just silly, and one had an umbrella, and there was nothing attached to the umbrella. It was just a spine. Yeah. And they were just silly, and you know their dance moves they just make you laugh, and oh, people were just laughing. But I was a little kid, so I was scared. Yeah, any kind of clown freaked me out. So I was sitting under my mom's chair. Yeah? I didn't want it to come my direction because they would come towards the people. Yeah, and really do silly things. So I really got scared. But that would be more to the tradition, yeah, because they want people to feel good, and sometimes there's people who are hurting. You know, they're having a hard time in their lives, and they go to a powwow to feel good, to hear good music, see good dancing and stuff like that. But sometimes they need to laugh too, so that's why they come. This doesn't happen anymore, which is really sad. I think there's some people who get the calling to be Heyoka, but they don't do it, and I think that's really sad because that's, you know, when they're making people laugh, look at what they're doing. They are sending out energy to make people feel good, but that comes back to them 4 times as strong. See what? It's a beautiful thing. When you really think about it, it's a really beautiful thing because it's a spreading of healthy energy, and that multiplies exponentially when it returns back to the person who sent it. So Heyoka dancers are really healing people. Yeah, Heyokas are really healing people, and plus they're helping themselves too, and at the same time. And that's a beautiful concept. Because laughter is so important in our to be human. Yeah, the first time, you know, there's two, you know, we first came on the earth, and they were humans are looking, you know, what can we eat? You know, what kind of foods can we eat? And somebody saw something up in the tree, so they climbed up there. It was choke cherries, yeah. So he was sitting up there eating these choke cherries, and geez, tastes really good. And here the tree branch broke, yeah. So the guy, it took him by surprise. He didn't think the branch was gonna break, so his facial expression was just in shock as he was going down, yeah, falling off the tree, and he hit the ground and went, huh? And so the other people that were there, they saw that, and they started to laugh, and And oh, they really had fun after that. The first laugh on the earth about that. And so and people felt better. Yeah, they felt more relaxed, less stressed out, and they were like, okay, we will live. We will live. Yeah, we will find a way. We will find a way to live. We will find a way to live with each other and with nature. Let's this guy didn't pay attention to the tree, so the tree broke. Yeah? So let's pay attention to the trees. Yeah, you don't climb out on a skinny branch. So this is see. Do you see what I mean? The laughter is so important to being a human. Yeah, it's so important. We really need that, no matter what condition we're in. The only time that we're not supposed to do this is when we're going through a mourning time. That's when a close friend or close relative dies. So for 1 year we stay away from that, yeah, because we're in the mourning time. But after that we come back, and the Heyokas bring us back. Yeah, they when that year's over, they come and they help us to come back by making us laugh. So it's really important. Yeah, it is healing energy, and so this is really important. To be serious all the time is you're going to make yourself sick if there's no laughter. Yeah. So we need these things. They are part of our human existence. To have laughter, to have song and dance is so important to our human existence that even the animals do it. Yeah, they even do this. The plants, they sing too. They sing in a different way. Yeah, so just keep these things in mind. We're all on here together. We need to learn from one another. Yeah, we learn from the plants. We learn from the animals. We get medicine from them. We're all here on the earth to help one another. The earth is here to give us everything that we could ever need. We just have to tune in. Yeah, and we tune in by establishing contact with your sacred center. Then you have your universe inside of you intact. Now you're ready to explore around you. Yeah? That's the way it happens. That's the way it works, because reality begins within.